Yeah. So it comes to a point where it's you know, who is TFM Toby? Who is this? All right, we'll try this out. Guys, want to come on into the show? Let me see if I can add you in. Connect.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
What are you discussing here on your show today?
I am discussing one of the greatest challenges. Basically, Coca Cola wants to fight white supremacy by telling white employees to be less white. I don't know what that means.
I think we should all do brown face, right? It's not black face, but like brown face. We just like Ariana Grande level of like 10.
I don't.
Is not what we're supposed to be doing in workspace?
No, I just think that people, if you're white, you're white. You're black, you're black. You're Asian, you're Asian. I mean, you could just fight white supremacy by just calling out racism when you see it, but I don't think that that's helping. I just think it's just another idiotic move. I think it's just another planned move by the left.
What's your racial identity?
I'm African American.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. What do they actually say, Coca Cola, about being?
Let me read the article. Hold on. So basically, the article reads that Coca-Cola asks its workers to be less white to fight racism. And one of the greatest challenges the brand faces today is to implement inclusion policies and eradicate sexist, elitist, racist practices, both in their internal operation and in the image they project. For this reason, Coca-Cola believed it was convenient for its workers to participate in an anti-racism course to learn to be less white.
Well, I don't think they would actually explicitly said to learn to be less white.
Yeah, this is just gender. This is just, race supremacy nonsense. It's just, either way, it's either you're targeting blacks or you're targeting whites, and it's just, to me, it's just a way to create a race war. I just see it as that.
It's probably very performative of them. They're trying to. I don't think they're actually probably doing much. It's just to make sure that they seem like they're taking active steps to fight racism.
Yeah, but you don't fight racism by making another ethnic group feel like crap by just saying be less white. What is being less white? Be less black. What is being less black? Be less Asian. What is being less Asian? It's like you're oppressing one group. You're putting one ethnic group puts their foot on another ethnic group. There's no real conversation about that. It's just basically racism is basically thinking your ethnic group is superior to another ethnic group. That's it. Just don't act like that. Don't be that way. Don't have that. Racism is hatred. Don't have a hatred towards another person just because of the color of their skin. Either it's a white person hating a black person or a black person hating a white person. Racism is racism. And unfortunately, you have some blacks that think that blacks can't be racist, which is an idiotic ideology. Because, you have that. You have black supremacist groups. You have white supremacist groups. You have Chinese supremacist groups. You have Indian supremacist groups. So there's no ethnic group has a corner market on racism. And it's just another way I think of the left just trying to cause a racial divide. That's the way I see it. Are you still there? Hello? You still there? Okay, I guess he left. All right. Anyway, continuing with the story. The seminar entitled Facing Racism, given by Robin DiAngelo, was presented through LinkedIn Education publicly although not for free of charge. The company admitted that, in effect, It invited its workers to take a course, but they clarified that it was not mandatory. Despite its good intentions, Coca Cola now faces a reputational image crisis. While the firm viewed the seminar as part of a diversity strategy, the approach to the training was highly controversial. What did you think was going to happen? So was the anti-racism training. The agenda was laid out by Dr. Carolyn Gold, an organizational psychologist working to end the racial divisive ideology of critical race theory, according to her Twitter profile. Oh boy. You know, they have a school in Boston that is punishing whites and Asian students for excelling in school because they make minorities feel bad, or, you know, beating them to the punch. Instead of setting up workshops and finding out why these minorities are failing in school, you want to punish the whites who are and Asians who are achieving, and you want it breeds racism. All these leftist tactics are breeding racism. Okay, that's what it's about. It's not about helping minorities. It's about making them a target for racism and making other ethnic groups feel disgruntled and angry at blacks because they're getting penalized for actually doing what they're supposed to do in school. And this is just another tactic when you're doing the Coca Cola, make them feel less white. You want to oppress white people on the job. The course description made it clear that its goal was to guide people to be less white, help them understand what it means to be white, and to challenge what it means to be racist. So this is just racism. You want to persecute people for the color of their skin. This time their skin is white. However, on social media networks, they released some of the slides used in the seminar, and the concepts presented left many speechless. In one of the images, you can read, "To be less white is to be less oppressive." To be less arrogant, to be less trusting, to be less defensive, to be less ignorant, to be more humble, to listen, to believe, to break with empathy, and to break with white solidarity. You want these people, this is ethnic supremacy. You want whites to be victims. You want whites to be beaten on. You want them to feel the same thing that ancestors felt, that you weren't alive in those times. You were not a slave. You never experienced it. I'm not saying racism doesn't exist today, okay? But it's wrong to make whites who have nothing to do with the racism to oppress them. These are your coworkers. You want to oppress your coworkers who have probably done nothing to you. And when you're doing this, you're breeding racism and making them feel bad to the point that they'll turn into racists themselves. Another says that in the United States and other Western nations, whites are socialized to feel that they are inherently superior because they are white, and they finish with an invitation, try to be less white. Like I said, I didn't say racism doesn't exist, but to tell someone to be less white, that is not helping the situation. It's like telling somebody, flip of the coin, be less black. Blacks are naturally going to be upset. I would be naturally upset. So Carolyn supports banning critical race theory in, where is this state? New Hampshire, I think. Breaking Coca-Cola is forcing employees to complete online training, telling them to try to be less white. These images are from the internal whistleblower. I read these already. To be less white is to be less oppressive, to be less arrogant, to be less certain, to be less defensive, to be less ignorant, to be more humble, to listen, to believe, to break with empathy, to break with white solidarity. You basically want these people to be targets, okay? And not every white person is a racist. Just like you have not every black person is a racist. Not every Italian person is a racist. Not every Asian is a racist. Not every Indian person is a racist. Oh boy. In the U.S. and other Western nations, white people are socialized to feel that they are inherently superior because they are white. Research shows that by age 3 to 4, children understand that it's better to be white. Children are taught to hate. They're not born with it. They are taught to hate. So you just got to teach them not to hate. Okay? We have been called for a boycott of the brand. Internet go woke, the Robin DiAngelo speech instead of combating racism, attacks an entire group, people with fair skin. They argue that this approach attributes stereotypes, characteristics, and behaviors to whites based on prejudices. Based on the slides, internet users interpret that the course teaches that being white is synonymous with being oppressive, arrogant, confident, defensive, ignorant, arrogant, pathetic, and closed-minded. So, like blacks, you know, if it said be less black, because blacks is synonymous with being ignorant, constantly just breeding, banging everything that isn't nailed down, beating up on women, killing babies, black women killing babies, or dating thugs. See where I'm going with this? To be less black is to be less arrogant, less aggressive, less violent. You see, that's what it's feeding into a stereotype. Even a Twitter user highlighted that in the content they say substitute racist for white, attributing negative characteristics based on skin color. It's racism. For its part, Coca Cola ensures that the material that circumstances on social networks is not a focus of the curriculum of our company. According to the statements collected by Chris Pandolfo of the Blaze Public Relations, our Better Together global learning curriculum is part of our plan to help build an inclusive workplace. It's made up of a series of short vignettes, and each a few minutes long. The training includes access to LinkedIn learning on a variety of topics, including diversity, equality, and inclusion. We will continue to refine this curriculum, the company added. How about just dump the curriculum entirely before you lose business? For now, the LinkedIn education platform withdrew the course from its catalog, thank God, while the country music singer composed the song "We Have to Be Less White" as a sarcasm in this video. Let me see what this. Let me be entertained. Let me be entertained. Let me be. I gotta do it. I just gotta do it. What's up, Lord Key? Hope you like the. I have a new microphone, so hopefully it's crisp and it's clear and not a problem. Let's go. To be less white. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hold on, y'all. In honor of written a brand new song for you.
Apologize for the lag.
White. That's right. The pamphlet that's going around Coca Cola to all their employees right now, if you hadn't been paying attention, is how to be less white. All the reasons white people are bad. You know, at some point, I'm just like, damn. The hatred is real. Can you imagine if we released a pamphlet called "Be Less Black"? Can you imagine if Coca Cola did that? What would happen? Y'all, I'm from Mississippi. I don't care who you are, what walk of life you come from. You come down here and have a beer with me anytime. But this is getting comical. It's getting ridiculous. At a certain point, I think in America, we just need to be less stupid. That's what we need to be. Hope y'all like this song. Be proud of who you are, no matter where you came from. In the meantime, we need to be less white. Coca-Cola's done lost their dadgum eyes. The other white guild's hitting pretty hard this time. I thought seen it all, but as it turns out, I have to change my skin to live this one down. We gotta be less white, be less white. This liberals gone wild and they lost their minds. We gotta be less white, be less white. I'm switching to Pepsi and it's all alright.
Woo!
They said to be less white is to be less oppressive, be less certain and less defensive, be less arrogant, try to actually listen. Well, Coke ain't getting served in my kitchen. Be less white. They're wild and they lost their minds. We gotta be less white, be less white. Now I'm switching to Pepsi and it's all alright. I got something for your little online training class. Take your little pamphlet, stick it right back up your ass. While I try to be less white, His hippos gone wild and they lost their minds. We gotta be less white. Now snitching the pets, yeah, it's all alright. God bless y'all. Be sure to subscribe. That might even end up being the new theme song over at Pepsi. I don't think the boys at Coca Cola are going to like it much, but over at Pepsi, you can have it if you want it. It's a good thing all that snow thawed out last week. It's getting way too white around here. I couldn't resist. Y'all be good.
I mean, I'm sorry, man, but it's ridiculous. These liberals are not out for the benefit of black people. These liberals are for, they're for bringing divide. Okay, they want to lift up one ethnic group and oppress another. Okay, that's what they want. Okay, we won't oppress blacks, but we're going to oppress somebody. That's what's going to happen. We're going to oppress somebody, and we're going to be looked upon as the big, good, white saviors. That's what they want. They want that virtue signaling. Okay, they have to come out on top. All right. All this is just an attempt to breed racism. And I'm glad this guy made this song, because wings of the same evil, decrepit bird. And I'm glad this guy made this song, because it has to be said. This nonsense has to stop, but unfortunately it won't. Okay, because there's too much money in victimhood. There's too much money in this political machine to brainwash people and to have them at each other's throats. That's what they want. This is what it is. Okay, this is why I'm just an independent conservative. I am not for Trump. I am not for Biden. I'm not for either political party, because for me, you guys do nothing for me or this country but just burn it to the ground. And you want to, if you could get away with killing people and throwing them in useless wars, you will. Okay? That's all I got to say about this. In the workplace, Coca Cola, please get please. I like the sodas, but hey, going woke, you're going to go broke. That's it. What do you think in the comments? Tell me what you think. Do you think that, could you work in this type of environment? Could you work in an environment that they did this? Let me know. Could you work in an environment like this? Like they said, let's be less white. Then somebody turns around, how about less black? Do you know how type of a hostile work environment that would be? But let me know in the comments. Could you work in an environment like this, like Coca-Cola, what they're trying to propose with these policies, ridiculous policy? All right. Let me know in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later. I may be doing live streams a little later. All right. I'm out.